I'm live. Welcome back to my channel. I broke my tripod the other day. I dropped it. So I'm gonna go get Mom. We're gonna go to the Southmont Borough Council meeting. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Okay, I'll be back here. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll go get her. How you doing, team? I'm good. Okay, can you stop right there?
I can't remember what year they did that curve on that.
Too fast, good.
You're a little fast, but that's okay.
Dude, I'm busy. Sorry. Stop calling me. I'm live streaming. Watch my channel. How you doing today? What's up, Sam? How you doing, bud? I see that. You got one of those in the mail? Amanda? You got one for you? Did you get yours? Here's another one for you. How you doing today, Mom?
Good.
Good.
Yes.
Hey, Amanda, before we get started, I have a question. It's the easy way, because I don't need to know it officially. Handicap parking. Do you submit the application fee with the application?
Yeah, we request that. No, but never mind. After it's approved.
So that's the holdup I'm seeing, I'm guessing, about Daisy Street? Or on Violet Street, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I talked to her. We got it all worked out.
Just wanted to know, because I didn't want to on something if, okay.
Yeah,
No,
so
not
I
a
talked
problem.
to her. She should be coming down and we're.
I was just because he's on it, dude. I mean, I didn't think that, not a
Yeah, I
problem.
finally got her phone number and I got to talk to her, so.
You can ask me.
Oh.
Yeah. I've known her my whole life, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's pretty sweet.
yeah, she is. They got you, Rich. It's you.
Right place.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're sitting. We're sitting in chairs in the back. Yeah, that's it.
I think we could talk.
That's what I always say.
That would be nice.
So,
Hello, Eric.
that's Russian newspaper sitting beside you. That's one that's from the newspaper sitting beside you.
We're in football now. Oh, yeah, one thing to another.
Sister asked for your phone number and something about the STEM.
Yeah,
Ah, fuck you, Herb. 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 Fuck you, Herb.
What's the last name?
Yeah, my mother's right here. She'll say it too.
What's his last name?
She's my breaking the law.
Ed. Okay. She got most of the wall done, but she has one little section left. It's a never-ending job, those walls. And they're so nice, you hate to just, yeah.
Of course, Mark is 100 years old.
So is ours. So is ours. But we don't.
I know it. Full hospital. Yeah, it is. Full hospital.
It's 4 o'clock, the meeting is in order, raise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Amanda.
Anthony Piper.
Here.
Doug Barry.
Here.
Richard Berger.
Here.
Herb Ewald.
Here.
Gene Capchella.
Here.
Matt McVicker.
Here.
Bob Morgan.
Here.
Jerry Spiker. Here.
Just a reminder to please mute your devices. Next up is public comment. There is a 5-minute time limit. Please clearly state your name and where you reside. We'll just go down the list. Mary Ann.
Okay, my name is Mary Ann Hogan. I live at 218 Wonder Street. I've lived there since November 1995. Just recently, the property about 20 feet away from my home. We got new neighbors. They're from New Jersey. Since they moved in, the property is blight. It's just, it's a pigsty. There's weeds that are sitting 4 feet high in the yard. We have weeds 5 feet high overgrowing over their railing for their porch. And there's weeds in the back, but you can't see them now because it's overgrown with weeds and grass in the back. The sidewalk, they spread landscape stones between the sidewalk and the street where grass goes, and that it's covered now with stones. I mean, that's a tripping hazard. Pedestrians can slip on that fall, but they leave their garbage can there. Okay, pickup is Monday. Last week they had it there. They took it back on Thursday. The trash can, so it's blocking. Today they did take it back. So it's not every week, but I think this week's the first time they actually took it back on a Monday. Animal nuisance on Sunday, July 27 at 3:20 p.m. I was going to take my garbage can. It was a Sunday, and a gray 60 to 70 pound pit bull got loose from their property. I ran into my shed. I was trapped in my shed. There, I mean, the dog was just going crazy and barking. And this was no small little dog. Ran into the shed so I wouldn't get mauled. Finally screamed out to the neighbors to retrieve their dog, and there's a leash law. And she knew that. When she moved in, I told her there's a leash law. And she told me it wasn't her dog, it was her sister's dog, but she has a pit bull too. They often get guests with pit bulls. They're from New Jersey. The dog was in her care custody and strolled, so that was her responsibility. I can't take my own dog out to go potty. I have to go carry my poodle out, put her down, watch her, look around, make sure that the big pit bull's not going to come to my yard and have my poodle for lunch. And then mowing the grass. I mean, they took away my independence and my pleasure and joy on my property, which is beautiful. I would welcome you to come and look at my property. Truly, I would. I have contacted a realtor, and he told me I will get the value of my home is high. I mean, it's like $225,000, but that the neighboring properties will reduce the value of my home and don't expect over $200,000. Amanda, you know about 225 Wonder Street, the beers and the one I'm always complaining about. I've been complaining about forever.
I'm familiar with it.
Okay, they still haven't done anything. Okay, you sent a letter out, and the garbage cans are still falling over onto the street. They keep their garbage can on the curb, but it's on a bank. It's on an incline. So and it's on one of those toters with the rollers. So, and then the garbage goes everywhere. I've had to stop my car and take the trash cans into their driveway so I could get past. So that's it. I mean, he's nothing though. He's nothing like 218. And then also, at the intersection of Gardner and Howland Streets, that's only a 2-way stop sign. Should be a 3-way sign. the traffic coming up from Helen, if you're coming from a knocker down Gardner, okay, and Helen's on your right, you have to actually go through the intersection to see if there's a car coming. They should have to stop too. So that, I mean, that's been, but the oncoming, you know, both ways on Gardner have to stop, but not Helen. I think Helen would have the greater duty because they're the intersecting roadway. It doesn't make sense. That's all. 218 Wonder Street. I would like a personal inspection by somebody. You got to see it to believe it. And I've also picked up garbage and there's food. You're going to get rats. I know there was a rat infestation on Palliser Street. I don't want rats.
All right, thank you, Marion. Next, we have Mike Kane and Elizabeth Mayer.
Okay, so I brought a video, and I sent a letter, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, we're on 208 Gardner Street, and we have, you guys in 2019 came through with a big, beautiful curb. It's been fantastic. However, there's the ADA sidewalk that leads right to the street, and every 2 or 3 times a year, we get a major flood in our yard. Let me see how to get this going. Eek.
And the issue is, of course, just the yard.
And I can pass
which
this
causes
around
significant
if you
water
want to.
damage. Yeah.
It's not very long. I can email it to you as well. But we would like you to consider some sort of way to alleviate that problem. We looked at putting up a wall from like the sidewalk to the catchment that's on Gardner, but it's about, I don't know, 8 feet, and the slope of the yard makes it really, that it wouldn't be very attractive. Anything else?
No, it's not just getting water in the yard. Of course, the water is causing significant repeated intrusion into our garage and damage.
Yeah, we're afraid of mold and, right, all that. That goes with water. So before, there was water coming through, and that's why you guys built the curb up. So we'd like you just to finish the project and deal with the sidewalk.
Is it water from
So
Gardner Street?
it's-
Yeah, coming down
it's
Gardner Street,
Gardner and Diamond. And when it's one of these big 100-year storms, which we've had a couple times a year, that it converges and just flat, you can see what
What
happens.
is there where it comes through that curve or whatever? up there?
Pardon me?
Is there a curve there? There's a curve cut.
So, yeah, there's a curb cut for the sidewalk. So it's flat with the street, but everything else, you guys built it up in 2019.
The water's pouring through the curve cut. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, here's your laptop. Here.
Okay.
Thanks.
And I'm happy, if you guys want to come and do a site visit, we can go through it and look at it together.
Thank you. All right, thank you, guys. Jim, you're just here for your report. Joe and Arlene Klanch.
Okay. I'm going to say sitting. For those of you who do not know me, I am blind. Okay, so if I'm not looking at you, I'm sorry. I'm going to take a little trip down memory lane. Okay, when I was about 13 or 14 years old, I used to be with my friends and we used to make phone calls, okay, and ask about Prince Albert and the can, okay, and we also asked them if their refrigerators were running, okay, so that they could go catch it. Now, it was an annoyance, okay, but never in my life would I have done the things that have been done to me and to my family. We have received phone calls, people hang up. We have had rotten peaches being brought to our house with bugs in them. We have had, remind me, Jordan, of some of the things.
Dicks in a bag.
Oh, we have had penises sent to us in the mail, okay, gummy penises in the mail. We have had neighbors on the other side of the street, okay, who have called out that my son's a pedophile. And I have also had agencies, we have had agencies come to the house, okay, to see if I am okay, okay? Now, none of these neighbors, okay, in the entire 48 years that I have lived there, have ever given a shit, and excuse me for my language, whether I was alive or dead. Nobody has ever called me whenever my apartment burned. Okay, nobody called to see if I was okay or if I needed anything or could they do anything for me. Personally, we are the OG, okay, of the neighborhood. Everybody who has moved into the other side, and we are the only people on that side of the street. Every person who has moved into that property, including you, Herb, okay, who have been attacking our family.
Over here.
Over
here, oh, this way, Mom.
Where?
He's
Okay.
right over there.
Anyway, who have been attacking our family since 1995. We have looked through the minutes and I have heard them. Okay, you moved in, okay, afterwards. You have developed a group of minions on that side of the street, okay, that are do your bidding. You have attacked my ex-husband with a drill. Okay, you have told my son, okay, that if you were 10 years younger, you would beat the crap out of him, throw him on the ground and beat the crap out of him. But yet any time that anything is done, you call the police because you're afraid, okay, of the First Amendment. Now, I can't say anything about the people that come in and out of your house so that to listen to your stories because that's your right to assembly. Okay, again, First Amendment, and I know the amendments, okay? All of you people have taken rights. You are a member of this group. You are a government official who is supposed to, okay, listen to people, not attack people. I am tired of it. I do not want to be bothered. I never wanted to be bothered. I came to this meeting so that everybody in Southmont can know that I am alive and well, and that I do not need checked on. I have all my faculties. My son takes excellent care of me. And I do not need anybody's help, nor do I keep anybody's false concern.
He's on his phone. Let's make him pay attention to you.
No, I'm basically done.
All right. Next is John.
Mind the frame, Doug. Mind the frame. Okay. First thing I want to say on the record is fuck you, Herb. No. I have the constitutional right to say this, okay? We all in the room know this, okay? If I say it in public, like 2 different officers of his department have confirmed, okay, when somebody screamed, is John Klanch a pedophile, the world wants to know. That disturbed me, that's harassing me. Why wasn't my neighbor, Mr. Moose, charged with that when it was screamed at me? Why? Because there's a First Amendment, okay? Now, I want to ask you on the record, what did you mean when you said, if this was 10 years ago, I'd put you on the ground and kick your ass, Herb. When you put those rotten peaches on my door. I already told you, first of all, in fact, Amanda, I'm going to put in a right to know request for the minutes and the correspondence from November of 2022. Okay, you can please write that down, November of 2022. I sent a trespass notice to this entire board. I don't want any of you on my property, okay? I do not want any of you on my property at all. Okay, you were informed, okay, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to or not. I sent you a trespass notice too. I told you that day, I don't want you on my property for any reason. Why? Because you harassed me and you harassed my family. You moved into the neighborhood, okay? I've never stepped foot on your property. You threatened my father with a drill and you threatened me, okay? Don't fucking smile and laugh about it, Herb. What did you mean when you said that? Why do you think you have the right to threaten me? Say to me, you're going to put me on the ground and kick my ass, okay? But if I say fuck you, Herb, in the middle of the street, in the middle of the day, I get charged with, what was that again? Harassment and disorderly conduct? Okay, so what's going to happen now, okay, is you got that poor, innocent, stupid cop who doesn't know better he doesn't know better. We're going to talk about that tomorrow at the police commissioner's meeting, I promise you. He doesn't know any better, okay? You fucked him out of a job, and you fucked this borough's insurance out of a hell of a lot of money, because I am going to fucking sue you. You told me do not, laugh about it, go ahead, okay, because I'm going to tell you something. You said to me, don't flip me off when I go by your house. Hey, Herb, right here it is, okay, see, I can do that to you too, I can flip you off all I want, okay, I have the protected First Amendment right, no matter what anybody likes or doesn't like. People have the right, Eric, to speak that way. I didn't threaten anybody, and that is not what is considered by the Supreme Court to be a, what are the words I'm looking for, Eric? What are those words? Words that are meant to incite violence and anything, okay? So, the word fuck, you guys all hear it on television all the time, you guys all use it, okay? So, the problem here is, okay, is when the police come and then I get charged, okay? This is a problem, Herb, okay? So the people of Southmont need to know that that's his thing, okay? He will use the police. He's threatened my family countless times now, okay? And I see that nobody here is paying attention to a word I have to say, right? None of you sitting here. Sherry doesn't care. She won't look at me. She won't look at what I have to say. Mr. Morgan's looking because I have the camera pointed at him. Doug, thank you. What the fuck's so funny, Bob? Okay, Amanda, thanks for paying attention. Matt, thank you. Everybody that's paid attention to whatever word I had to say, okay? I think at this point, I keep coming here month after month and I keep pointing these things out that he does to me, okay? So I guess on election day we're going to find out if the people still want him, okay? But the fact of the matter is, all right, this is a problem when we have a borough council member who thinks he can threaten a member of the public, okay? And then tell him to keep his mouth shut or not express himself when he's going by his street. I've been there for 48 years, you've been there for 4. You can't hear, you're old. Okay, you need to get off of this council. Quit, retire, okay, because I'm not going anywhere, all right? And I promise you, Herb, you laugh and you smile about it, okay? I will, smile, do it again, please, okay? You'll see your name on a lawsuit, okay? If you guys would at least acknowledge this, okay, that he did something wrong to me, and you guys all saw it, okay? I won't include everybody else in the suit, okay? But at this point, I can't take this anymore, and you guys just not paying attention and not giving a shit, that he thinks he has the right to threaten my family, have me arrested, have all this shit done to me, okay, in his official capacity as a borough council member. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, and I fucking had it, okay? I want to thank everybody for letting me speak today. I appreciate it. I think you probably maybe let me go over a little bit, and if I didn't, okay, then I'll just keep talking, okay? Because this needs to be handled, okay? I didn't tell him to buy that house, okay? But he's 95. He used to go up and harass my dad, okay, about not getting the siding done, okay? And since this, okay, he voted. You guys all voted for a trailer ordinance, okay? But he parks a truck. He parks his fucking truck on the street every day. It sits there for weeks at a time. It can haul a load. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Bob.
I came to make some comments about our roof project. If I'm correct, 5-6 years ago, this borough council raised the millage rate in Southmont 1.5 mils. At that point, it was stated it's to replace the roof and expand the paving in the borough. That was 5.5-6 years ago. I don't know about the paving, but the roof's still there. I have come to meetings and I've heard the roof kicked around back and forth. Nothing's been done. Doug took the bull by the horns and wrote for a grant at the state. The grant was approved back in October of last year. That was October. What has been done since then? I talked to Representative Burns' office, and they informed me that once a grant is approved, it takes a while for the money to get from there to here. But at that point, when I talked to the lady, she said it's a week away from Southmont getting their money. That was months ago. I approached different people about it and was told, well, we got to get some things accomplished. We found out that there's asbestos in the building and we have to re-evaluate how things are going. If I'm correct, a couple meetings ago, we got a bid that was over what we figured the bill was going to be because of the asbestos. Now, when Doug wrote that grant up, was he informed that we had asbestos in the building? No. So now we are saddled with extra money involved. Why weren't we informed? Why did that go forward with us not knowing that there was asbestos in the building? Now I understand that the bid is way over, or at least a good amount over what we expected to pay. I wonder if the asbestos would have been contained in that bid or in the grant application, whether the state would have covered that amount. Here we are, we're waiting, we're looking for getting a low interest loan to accomplish something that we started 5 years ago. To me, that is way too long for a project. To me, we are dragging our feet. But I would like to comment and thank people, whoever was involved in getting that speed indicator on Southmont Boulevard put in. I mentioned it a couple meetings ago and people shrugged their shoulders, but it's there. And I'll tell you, every time I go down Southmont Boulevard, I see that speed and I slow up. So if it's working for me, I'm sure it's working for everyone else here. My next comment, a couple meetings ago, I asked about people from the county coming in to help with our maintenance crew to do some work around here. At that point, we didn't request their services. Tell the truth, when I walked in here today, I mentioned to Amanda, I'm embarrassed by the looks of this building out front. And she mentioned to me that whenever they get time, they intend to take care of it. Guess what? If we would have requested the crew from the county to come in, that would be an ideal job for them to handle. I'm going to encourage this group of people sitting before me to make sure that they get requested for next year so they can handle things like that. Thank you.
All right, is there anybody else for public comment that didn't sign up? Okay. Next, we have correspondence received. We have 2 emails on August 5th and August 14th from John A. Klanch. We also have a letter dated August 11th from Mike Kane and Elizabeth Mayer. We need action to approve the July 21st, 2025 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are passed. West Hills Regional Police.
From July, there was 359 reports of service. For the month for 2000, for the year so far, 2,617. For the month of July, 73 of those were in Southmont, yearly total of 558. There's only 2 traffic citations and 2 warnings issued last month. And really no notable crimes report except, once again, theft from a vehicle, and that's pretty much it.
Any questions? All right, Southmont Volunteer Fire Company.
I'm Jim Daly, Deputy Fire Chief with Southmont Fire Company. I'm filling in for the chief. He had to work late. So for the month of July, we had a total of 20 calls. The breakdown is in the borough, 1 automatic fire alarm, and there were 5 assists. Structure fires, 2 assists. Vehicle accidents, 2 in the borough. Trees, wires down, 2 in the borough. Odor investigation, CO alarm, 1 in the borough. Gas leak, 1 in the borough, and 6 assist EMS in the borough. We also did not get the approval to host the County Firemen's Convention in 2027. It came down to another department and us, and it came down to just the voting. And of course, you know, they got the most votes, so we will not be hosting the county convention, but I'd like to thank the council for sending a letter backing us for that. We had all our T's crossed, I's dotted, and we're ready to go, because it would have been a big deal that year for our 100th anniversary, plus the Jubilee, plus the convention. It would have been a lot of work, but I think it would have been a big deal in this borough. So I'd like to thank you for that.
Any questions for the fire department? All right, engineers report.
The only thing I have to add is not on the agenda is, I believe the annual reports are due for your MS4 program on the 30th of September. So the next 5-6 weeks, we're going to be working on that, have it ready for submission on the timely fashion.
Okay. Zoning report is in the packet. Solicitor's report.
I'll just defer my comments to, there's an item, new business, 16E, I'll just defer.
All right. Street commissioner's report.
We are looking at hauling out the leaves on the 8th. We should be done with that and starting to pick up leaves that are coming down by the 10th. So everything's looking good. Aside from that, nothing else to report.
So you have the leaf machine out.
Oil's been changed, coolant has been topped off, chief fire's over, just ready to go.
All right. Borough manager's report.
The only thing other than my report is I need approval to close the fire escrow account for this property up here on Thoburn Street. The demolition's all done, so that's ready to be closed out.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mayor's report.
Nothing this month.
Discussion items, committees, administrative borough services, I have nothing. Community planning and improvements, Richard.
There are two committees that are working with the Canterbury County Planning Commission, representatives of each municipality plus the county planning commission staff, and then a larger steering committee that contains municipal representatives as well as the superintendent of the school system and a small representative of one of the fire departments. A pretty broad group of about 30 people. And they met most recently on, it was July 30th, for a 2-hour meeting. It was very positive. We'll be able to share with you by next month the schedule, some more details about public engagement, as well as opportunity for members of this council to get involved in the project. I mean, again, this is moving forward with an 18-month timeline. We had a 5,100 cost share or part of it, and we will be asked to pay that all in this fiscal year. But we believe have budgeted for that. So again, I'd urge anybody who's interested in working on this to, well, talk to me, but to submit your name to the County Planning Commission, Mark Lazari. And yeah, we'd love to have public participation at all levels in this program. Questions, anything?
All right, emergency management,
Nothing this month.
finance.
There's going to be a budget workshop September 16th and the 30th. So there are sheets in your packets for the committee chairs. If you have any special requests, please get them in to us before that. And then Amanda is looking for approval to move her money market account. Amanda, did you want to speak on that?
Yeah, so Somerset Trust has a different type of account available. It's called a premium green money market. So currently, the money market we have is a 0.26% annual percentage yield, and this one would give us a 3.85%. It really is not much change to us at all. We can't write checks out of that account, which we don't, and you would have to enroll in e-statements, which we have the ability to print them here to do the reconciliation, so all positive.
So there won't be no change?
Nope.
If any?
Nope, we'll just get more back in interest.
All right, so the first thing we need is action to approve advertising the budget workshop dates of September 16th and 30th.
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. So then the second item is to approve switching the money market account to the premium green money market account with Somerset Trust.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, Greater Johnstown Water.
So, you remember the turmoil that ensued after the announcement that we were over budget on our bids for the North Fork spillway renovation. We're still pursuing an answer to that. We have a special meeting on Thursday. We're looking at getting another Penvest loan is probably the most likely recourse we have. That motion was made and passed at the last meeting. But there are some deadlines that are coming up that we've asked for extensions just as we are in our construction here. There's things that have to be done in a certain order, so we'll have more news after Thursday.
Any questions? All right, MS4 stormwater, Sherry.
There has not been any formal meetings with the other municipalities regarding the MS4 stormwater and what's coming down the road. So other than what the engineers are working on, that's all I have.
I have nothing for personnel, police, Bob.
No.
Okay. Property maintenance, streets and sidewalks, Matt.
Not much.
Shade tree, Richard.
We've had 3 requests to remove trees. 2 of them are legitimate, they're dying or dead trees. 2 of them are Norway maples, part of the kind of chronic problem we have there. And I've passed that on to Amanda and recommend that the borough approve those. The third one was for a property, a tree on Lila Street, which was Norway maple, but very healthy one. And the owner appears just doesn't want that tree, and I recommend that we deny that request. The other item, of course, is we're waiting for notification on the $50,000 DCNR grant, which would, along with Community Foundation and Borough, hopefully, budgeted matching funds would allow us to inventory each of the shade trees and assess its condition and create a program for starting next year.
Did we get any work done on the ordinance revisions?
Yeah, well, I did do revise the ordinance just provide for a shade tree commission, so that was provided. I think we're just waiting for, and that'd be something for the council.
Did you create an ordinance for commission?
Yes, so we made
Please send that to me.
okay.
Because right now it's a committee, and
Yeah,
there was some nomenclature issues with the last ordinance we approved.
this would establish a commission, and the commission then would enforce, would be tasked with in terms of the investigation and enforcement.
Yeah, I would feel comfortable with a little more behind the program. Okay.
All right. New business, old business. We need a decision on the Bishop McCourt Turn the Town Teal request.
So moved.
Is that move to approve it?
Second.
Second. All right. Any discussion on this?
No, and I don't think it matters, but when they sent us the letter,
I did notice that it had the wrong borough in it.
it had the wrong borough in it,
Yeah.
but I don't think that, I think that was just a request to us and we knew what they meant, so.
All right. So all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Small Town Challenge Grant. We need action to accept the award of the grant and approve executing the agreement. This is through the Community Foundation for the Alleghenies. This is a matching grant, so we would need to, once we accept the award, we would need to form a steering committee to lead a fundraising challenge. Every dollar that we raise towards the fund would be matched dollar for dollar up to $25,000 by the Community Foundation for the Alleghenies. It would create an endowment for Southmont Borough that can be continued to grow in the future, and then those grants would be able to be given out for borough-related projects or special projects to improve the community.
Says,
And you have to raise to get money is $10,000.
but there's nothing out of the budget
No,
on this.
this would be community-based fundraising.
So what would we do? I mean, what kind of fundraising would we do?
There's a whole variety of things. The Community Foundation has some information to help us do that. We also kind of have a little bit of an outline in terms of like crowdsourcing and direct mailers and that type of stuff. There's events that you can hold and have fundraising as part of it, potentially have a booth set up at the Jubilee. There's a variety of options.
What exactly is its function? What do they do? If we get grant, what's the goal?
The goal is to create an endowment for Southmont Borough. So the community.
If we get any money, we can draw from there, is that?
Yeah, we would, like, let's say the borough wanted to do a playground improvement. We could utilize funds from there to do the playground improvement. Or if there was a boosters group that wanted to do something in one of the other playgrounds, we could give them a grant to do that.
Okay, thank you.
So you need a motion?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We need a decision on a lending library at the Diamond Boulevard Playground.
I make the motion.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? The only thing that I would request, since we have some grants and planning to review the whole space, that they work with on the location that it gets placed. And
Yeah, for proposed location, and we're gonna help dig the hole and make sure we can move eventually.
Yeah.
If need be.
Perfect.
The only question I have about, like, who maintains it, like, if the kids break it or something?
She has one down in front of the tennis courts.
Yeah.
It's been there for a couple of years. They maintain that pretty well.
Okay.
Okay, so that's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We need a discussion and decision on sending a letter to Breeze Line regarding service outages.
Yeah.
So, I kind of asked Bill to put this on the agenda. We had, let me help them up. on our building over here, so I don't know, and I'm sure with Breeze Line it's spotty. And, but March 4th, March the 5th, March the 1st, March the 2nd. Some of them are short, some of them are longer, June the 10th, and this just isn't television, this is Wi-Fi. I know a lot of people aren't using Breeze Line, or some people aren't, some people are. The 7th, the 8th of August. And so we have a contract with Breeze Line that pretty much says that they're gonna give us the services and they're gonna be, but then I read it and they're uninterrupted for 95% of the time, so I'm not sure this is gonna add up to 5%. But I just thought that maybe our solicitor could pull that contract, look at it, and just see. I know that when that contract comes up again, we are not being paid, how's it going in? We're being paid for the cable television, but not for the telephone and internet on that. So when that contract comes up, Eric, we need to make sure we're getting paid for that in that contract. They reimburse us so much for our use of them in the borough. But I don't know if anybody else was having problems with it or not, but it just seems it's been, I think they're changing their systems out, and it just might be a temporary thing, but I think they're kicking over to where you get your Wi-Fi, your cable from Wi-Fi instead of the cable that comes out of the wall. Because my cable's just hanging there now, I'm not connected to that. So, and I mean, I just wanted to put that out there for whatever the council wants to do, but I thought maybe Eric could at least look into our contract.
So do we need any action on anything at this point?
Unless we, I think Eric needs to look at it first. I'm not even sure with how they're supposed to have local services. I mean, we don't have a local building anymore. They're supposed to answer within 30 seconds of you calling them and giving you a representative within 30 seconds. So the contract that we have that goes to 2029 is obsolete, I would say. Maybe if it's council's pleasure, Eric could take a look at that contract. Maybe he can renegotiate it and get us money on the internet and telephone.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea to take a look at it and see what they're not upholding to in their end of the agreement.
I get provided, just.
Thanks, Eric. That's all I wanted to say on that. Yeah.
All right. Any other comments on that? All right. Discussion and decision on building renovation project financing. And it's my understanding, Amanda, that we still don't have any answer back from DCED.
Correct, yeah, last time I spoke to them, they acknowledged the receipt of our application and said legal was looking over it. There was just some, between one being on vacation and then their supervisor went on vacation, so it was just a little backed up. But I have an update since then.
And Eric, we would have to make a decision on financing at the September meeting in order to stay within the bid contract extension window, correct?
Correct. The initial bid required the borough to accept or to not accept the bid or not accept the bid within 60 days of bid opening, which would put the date at August 5th of 2025. The bid form did allow the borough to extend that for 60 days and with the agreement of Midstate. So before that date hit, I was in contact with Midstate. They agreed to the extension. So now the deadline would be October 3rd of 2025. That would be an additional 60 days for us to consider other options if it's necessary.
Okay.
Is there a deadline imposed to have the job done by a certain date, such a date?
We haven't entered into a formal agreement with them, so the bid hasn't been accepted. I that probably would have to be adjusted. The bid doctor probably has specific dates, but that
That's what I was gonna ask.
contemplated that it would be accepted within that period of time, so we'll probably have to adjust those dates.
Suppose the contractor doesn't get the work done when he's supposed to. Is he assessed amount for that penalty?
It would depend on the agreement. Usually they have
Yes,
deadlines.
it's a daily penalty. There's not dates for milestones, but there is, the calendar days are specified how many days.
They can, due to weather and other circumstances, they can probably alter that.
Sure. Yeah, we're running into, if we don't make this happen by October 3rd, it's probably not gonna happen until the spring.
And is the roof
Yeah.
structurally sound enough to go through the winter?
I think it's not gonna fall, there's leaks. That's the problem.
They've got to do a lot of damage.
Walk on it.
Yeah.
You have this issue of election this year?
No, we should be able to allow access, like where the tax collector is right now, there's a door that leads to the fire company, so they, and that's usually where voting is held, so we could probably kind of leave it in that way. That's what we're kind of looking at.
So we will be voting up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them know we will have access to there, so they get in during construction. But it'll ultimately be up to the county.
So at this point, Eric, I mean, I would definitely want to get an answer from DCD before we make a decision on financing, correct?
That's correct. It's just a question in terms of what's the timing from DCD. I don't know, is that going to be in the next week? Is it going to be?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, we have to make a decision at the September meeting.
You'd have to, if you're going to accept that bid, then given the amount of your grant and the difference between the bid and the grant, how's the borough going to pay for it?
And then I'll get the budget too, so.
So then could we table this till the next meeting?
Next meeting would be, I believe, September 18th would be the next meeting.
I think so.
So September 18th, and if you have to accept the bid by October 3rd, you got a couple of weeks, which if you have to determine, do we need to obtain financing, it's going to be a pretty tight window to get that.
September 22nd, or 15th, I'm sorry. Yeah, 15th is the meeting.
The next meeting, 15th, I'm sorry, September 15th.
So Amanda, do we need to push back our budget workshop dates then? Depending on what the answers all are.
No, we can still start working on the majority of it.
My thought would be, if the council was considering borrowing the small debt act provisions, there are some certain financial issues that have to make sure that we're within certain requirements. I would at least that, while we're waiting for the response from the state, at least have the borough's accountant basically just certify that, based on the numbers, this would be what the borough would be, at least have parameters in terms of what that amount could be.
So what action would you like us to take today then?
Authorize me to contact the borough's accountant just for the purpose of determining if we're within the limits as set forth by the local debt act, make sure we're within the requirements. There's certain requirements, if the borrowing's $125,000, we have to be within a certain percentage of the borrowing piece.
So moved.
So a motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, business items, approve ratification of payroll 7/22 through 8/18 of 25.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve payment of bills 7/22 through 8/18 of 25.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve transfers 7/22 through 8/18 of 25.
So moved.
For a second.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve treasurer's report for July of 25.
So moved.
For a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. We need a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss legal issues, and there will not be action taken afterwards.
So moved.
For a second. Any in favor? Any opposed? We are adjourning into executive session. It's okay.
Thank you, sir. Pretty fancy. They make you wear steel toes. Assholes. Assholes. See you, brother. You be good, all right? Yeah, that's what I got to start doing from now on. Just saying, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I got to do I'm going to end the live stream here in a minute too, so I'm going to put you in the truck first, okay? So that's just easier, all right? Hang on a second. Everybody's still watching. We're going to go. I'm just going to let this down there, all right? That was fun. Not really. Well, getting up close and personal with the side of my truck there. Okay, cool. All right. Everything I pointed out is absolutely factual and true. People have the protected First Amendment right to kind of speak the way they want to, so no fighting words. The word fuck is completely legal. Saying fuck is completely legal. So, hey, I appreciate you watching. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. And, again, please subscribe. Thanks.